So new smartphone season is upon us, and what better way to kick off this season is with the new Axon 30 5G phone from ZTE. This is a second generation under-display camera from ZTE and a huge upgrade from its previous Axon 20 model. So it's priced at $499 for 8GB model and $599 for 12GB model. Let's first do a quick unboxing. In the box, we have a 65-watt USB-C charger, a USB-C cable, a clear case for phone, a USB-C to headphone adapter, and a warranty information. Now let's look at the specs. The phone is powered by a Snapdragon 875G processor with speed up to 3.2 GHz, 6.9-inch AMOLED Full HD display with 120Hz refresh rate, 64-megapixel rear-facing camera with multi-camera system, 16-megapixel front-facing camera, 8GB RAM, 128GB local storage, Wi-Fi 6, 4200 mAh battery, 65-watt charging, Bluetooth 5.1, in-display fingerprint reader, and weighs only 189 grams. Now let's talk about design and build quality. The build quality is great, and a casing is a combination of glass and plastic. We have plastic on the outside and glass on the back with nice nanoscale microbeam texture with holographic color effect, and the phone is only 7.8mm thick. Looking at the controls, we have a volume rocker and power button on the right side of the phone, and there are no buttons on the left. Then in the bottom we have a USB-C 3.1 Gen 1 charging port with video output, micro SD card, and dual nano SIM card tray, but you have to give up a single nano SIM to use SD card. We also have speakers in the bottom. On the top we have a secondary microphone with noise cancellation. On the back we have a total of 4 cameras. Starting from the top, we have a 64-megapixel main camera with Samsung sensor, then 8-megapixel wide-angle camera and 2-megapixel depth of field camera, and LED flashlight, all housed in a nice bump-out design. Now moving to the front, we have a large, nice 6.9-inch AMOLED Full HD screen. It is sharp, it is bright, and has a built-in fingerprint reader, which is quite fast and accurate, and works extremely well every time you want to unlock your phone. Then on the top of the screen, we have a nicely done slim microphone space, and right under the microphone, we have a second gen under-screen 16-megapixel camera, which is able to retain pixel density of 400 ppi where camera is located, which matches the rest of the display. You cannot see the camera in regular usage, and it is very well hidden. To be honest, you completely forget it's even there, but if you reflect some light around the area, you can see a small square behind the screen. So A+ for ZTE to pull this off. Even the new Samsung Galaxy Fold camera is not that well hidden. It gives the front screen a nice full unobstructed view. So looking at the picture quality of the front facing camera, it's quite good considering it's behind the front screen. ZTE definitely overcomes the behind the screen camera glare or haze around the object. The ZTE AI technology in the photo app makes a tremendous difference. So here as you can see some shots side by side with AI turned on and AI turned off. In my opinion, the ZTE is way ahead of Samsung when it comes to behind the screen front facing camera, and their photo AI technology is A+. But if you're a blogger and use front facing camera a lot to shoot video or selfies, then this is the result you will get. It is definitely not good as the phones which don't have a pixel in front of them, but ZTE has improved a lot from Axon 20 model. So following are some front facing camera shots. Alright, moving on to the phone screen, which is quite large with 6.9-inch AMOLED Full HD resolution and 120Hz refresh rate and 360Hz touch sampling rates. It also has a 10-bit matrix with 100% DCI-P3 coverage. The screen gets bright enough to be used outside without any problem. The screen brightness gets around 800 nits, which is great, and also has a scratch-resistant glass which should be able to withstand general day-to-day usage. Watching HDR content looks really good. The 400 ppi with special pixel matrix along with AI enhancement definitely improves the resolution of the screen. There's a lot of technology packed in here to improve the overall screen experience, and especially when you can afford the front-facing camera, this is a feature. Overall, the phone design is nice and feels really good in hand. Power button is really easy to access along with volume rocker. The weight of the phone is also well distributed and feels very well balanced. Now let's talk about some performance. As mentioned before, phone is powered by a 7nm Snapdragon 870 running at 3.2 GHz. It is not the latest Snapdragon 888, but for this price point, it is a great CPU. It packs great CPU power, and we're going to run some benchmarks to see its performance. There's absolutely no bloatware on the phone, so great job by ZTE. First running Geekbenchmark CPU benchmark, we have 988 points for single core and 3183 points for multi-core. And in compute benchmark, phone scored 3522 points. Then in 3D Mark Wildlife benchmark, phone scored 4226 points with 25.3 average frame per second, which means you can play games on the phone with decent frame rates. Then in CPU Mark Work 3 benchmark, phone scored 11,913 points. Moving on to the hard drive benchmark, the phone's storage is extremely fast, and as you can see, it's producing excellent numbers. All these benchmark results will give you a general idea about the performance of the phone. In my opinion, it is excellent for its price point. Now let's check out the phone's main rear camera's picture and video quality. The phone's app provides you with a good set of options to choose from. The built-in AI system is great and able to identify the objects. As you can see in the video, once a camera is pointing at the plant, it can auto-identify the object and adjust accordingly. The phone's main rear camera is 64 megapixel with Samsung sensor and produce good picture and video quality. It can capture 4K at 60 and 30 frames per second with electronic image stabilization. And as you can see, it can produce good stable videos as I'm walking around with the phone while capturing this video. Now let's switch to ultra-wide camera, which can capture video in 1080p at 30 frames per second with its 8 megapixel sensor and electronic image stabilization. But as you can see, it is not as detailed as the main camera, but you do have an option to shoot ultra-wide if you choose. As you can see the difference compared to the main camera, it is a little bit shaky, but still not bad. Next, we're going to go through some sample pictures, and I'll let you be the judge about the photo quality. Now moving on to the phone's sound quality, which was surprisingly loud, even though it has only single speaker in the bottom, and following is the audio sample from the phone. Moving on to the battery and charging, the phone comes with 65-watt USB-C power charger, which is fast and was able to charge the phone in about 35 minutes. Phone also has a safe charging, so if you leave the phone on charge for longer than it needed, it will enter into a safe charge mode, which is quite good. Now let's talk about the phone's operating system, which is called MyOS 11 and is based on Android 11. The interface is super fast. Switching between apps is no problem. There are plenty of cool features in the OS and you can tweak the phone to meet your requirement. So we're going to go over the settings quickly to see what are the available options we have. So if you swipe your finger from top down, you will get some quick shortcuts. Then swipe even further down, you will reveal a lot more shortcuts. Then going into the settings, start from the top, we have a Wi-Fi option, Bluetooth, mobile network option, then more connection settings. Here you can select VPN, NFC, cast, private DNS, followed by the advanced settings with printing option, Chromebook link, nearby share, and Android Auto. Then moving on, we have a home screen and lock options, notification and status bar, display settings. Here you can switch between 120Hz and 60Hz refresh rate or leave it auto, which will help save battery. Then we have sound and vibration options. Then we have sync mind options to see your 5G smart communication, and it will tell you your signal strength and some other nice options to select. Then moving on, the feature settings with system navigation, gesture control, motion options, and more. Then we have password and security settings to choose either fingerprint or smart lock pattern. Then we have apps followed by the battery, which show you the battery information. You can optimize it and play with other cool options to optimize your phone battery. Then we have storage information and other Android 11 options. The system and update option showed us that we are running my latest OS 11. And about phone options show more detail about the operating system, hardware information, which shows total RAM, CPU, and screen resolution, and more. All in all, it is a great set of features and a lot of options to play with. And working with myOS 11 was an excellent experience. There's no bloatware at all. Let's do the final summary. The ZTE Axon 30 is an excellent phone for $500. It offers great hardware specs, good build quality, and great set of features for its price point. The second generation under-screen display was surprisingly good compared to more expensive Samsung Galaxy Fold, and definitely a great improvement from its previous generation Axon 20. The phone's massive 6.9-inch AMOLED 120Hz screen offers great colors and brightness with fast response time. The fingerprint reader is fast and controls are very well placed, and myOS 11 is an excellent OS with no factory bloatware. So if you are in the market for new Android phone with latest features and good price, I would highly recommend you should try ZTE Axon 30 and you won't be disappointed. Let me know what you guys think of Axon 30 phone review in the comments below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for notifications for the future videos. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.